Yes? Yeah. Okay. So, as I started today, we came on a little late. So, when you're going to do this kind of a class, sometimes you can warm up while you're putting your shoes on. So, I'm going to come to my front of my chair. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. I'm going to cross my leg like this. I'm going to cross my leg like this. I'm going to put my elbows on my, right on top of my thighs. And then I'm going to round my back and tuck my chin. And then I'm going to push my back down. And then I'm going to come up and open right through the shoulders. So when you open through the shoulders and you really press them back hard, make sure your shoulders are down. Then I'm going to go back into that. I put my elbows right here like a shelf, like that. Drop my shoulders, drop my chin. Then I push my back, and I round it. So why is it okay to do a rounding right now? Why would that be okay when I'm always telling you to extend your back? Because when you're in this position, as part of a warm-up, getting prepped, ready to do more wider motion, you want to push your back and go into a rounded position when you are not putting load. That's the thing. You don't want to put load. And then I come back down. See that move? This move right here could help give many of you so much relief. You put your elbows on your knees. You push your back through your shoulders, and you round your back, drop your head. Then you come back down. So that's that rounding and then a press back down. Okay? And you do it 3-4 times. And then you press back down. Okay? Then you come back with your shoulders open, drop your shoulders, and open. And try to touch the backs of your arms on your chair back. So see, I have my chin tucked, and I open, and then I come back in. Okay? Then I'm going to go pat my head, pat my head, pat my head, pat my head. I'm going to check in with my shoulders at this point. So I'm going to put my hand on the back of my head right there. My elbow is open. Then I just bring it down, and I do the other side. You don't do this fast. You go nice and gently, nice and gently. See that? See that? So if you have a shoulder issue, pay attention to the moves I'm doing to get you warmed up. So see, I'm not doing, a lot of times this is what I see people doing. They're trying to warm up their shoulders. I'll see them doing this kind of a thing. Don't do that right off. You take your, we're using hinge motions. See, it's a hinge up, it's a hinge open and back. Then it's a hinge up, open, and back. And then after you've done several of those singularly, one at a time. So see, this is not a rotational. This is a hinge, hinge. Bring it back in, bring it back down. So it's pretty straightforward. It's an up hinge, open hinge. You bring it back in, you bring it back down. Now, while I'm doing this one, see, I'm sitting, and I have my rib cage up. See that? My rib cage is up, shoulders are down. I go hinge, and then hinge open. And then I go hinge, and I go hinge open. Okay? Take a breath. Now, right now, what I want you to do, those of you with shoulder issues, while you're sitting here, you don't have to worry about balancing yourself. Take one hand, I don't care which, go behind your back, okay, and reach up your back like you're trying to scratch the middle of your back as far as you can with your hand. Then you bring one hand over the other shoulder and see how far down you can touch. So if you can barely touch and reach your fingertips, that's kind of neutral. That's a pretty good indication of your shoulder. But if you're like this and you can't reach it, yeah, that's dysfunction. We've got to really work at shoulders, okay? And you can help it, just don't injure them. So here I go. I'm going to test the other one. So mine, if you see here, I'm touching and touching. That's what I just did. Now I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go up and try to touch my back, and then I'm going to come down here. And so this one is much, I have a much harder time with this hand over the shoulder touching my fingers than I did the other way around. So this just gives you information. This is my shoulder that gives me issues, but I'm still pretty functional with it because I still have good range of motion because I'm just touching my fingers here. See that? So I'm doing all this, getting into the class as a way of giving you information about which side is giving you troubles, okay? So in keeping with that, I'm going to do something from the chair right here, and then I'm going to do something down on the floor because we are going to be in the floor some today. And if you don't want to be in the floor, then you're going to be on your bed. So I'm going to come like this. I'm going to lean back. I'm going to bring my knee up and back, up and back. So those of you who just did that move, the minute you brought your knee up, do you know what you did? Yeah, you rounded your back right down here. So open back, tighten your tummy, and extend your back, and you bring your leg up until you think, if I go any further, I'm going to have to round my back. See, some of you aren't knowing that you, until I told you, pay attention, don't round your back when you lift your leg up here. Okay, now put that leg down. Okay, take a breath. Open back. Okay, you're very extended. You can lean into your chair if you want to. Then you bring this knee up, and you bring it up as high as you can until you do what? Until you feel like you're rounding your back down here. The minute you start to round your back, you stop. Okay? And then you put that down. So you should be able to tell a lot by just bringing your leg up here like this. You should be feeling pretty good stretches around. All right? You can see how far you came. Here we go. Bring that leg up high, everybody. Come on. I am checking to see. I don't see everybody, but there's 15 people on. Okay. Okay, so I hope you're seeing this. I'm showing you some testing to help you know which hamstring, which leg is really giving you problems. Okay, because we're trying, everybody's going to have a better side or a weaker side or a more stretchy side. Now you see what I've done? I've done the second level on this. Okay, so here we go. I'm sitting up straight. I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to open at the hip. I'm going to go back so that my shoulders touch the back of the chair. My tummy's tight. I bring my knee up. Everything's good because I haven't rounded my back here. See? And now I'm going to try to go into a straight-legged position. See that? I'm in dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Okay? And I see which level that I'm at with my hamstring limitations. Some of you can get all the way up here. Some of you are having a hard time straightening your leg out. Okay? That's what we're going to be working on. Take a breath. I'm going to go back again. Bring the other leg up. And when you bring this knee up, don't let it fall out to the side in order to bring it up. That's called a cheater move. Okay. Drop your shoulders. Open. Lift the knee like it's going to the shoulder. Put your hands under it. Now start to slowly straighten that little sucker. Okay? right there. Don't round your back. And how do you not round your back? You say rib cage up. And you just pull that rib cage up, and then you point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Take a breath, bring it down. Yay. Put your hands right back here. Now we've been coming in like this. Now we're going to open back a little bit. Here we go. From the chair. We're just from the chair. So I'm going to step out here. And some of you may have a hard time doing this because of your shoulders. You're not to the point where maybe you can put a lot of pressure on your shoulders. And if that's the case, work with it. Come into it like this. Put a gentle pressure and just kind of bring your butt up. See this? This is a very different move right here than actually stepping out and swinging and pulling these up, because we're going to bring that leg up, and we're going to bring that leg up, and we're going to bring that leg up, and I'm going to keep my shoulders down. I'm going to take breaks. If I need to do 1 or 2 and take a break, I'll take a break. Take a breath. Hang on. I'm just bringing that knee in without unduly curling my back. Okay? Breath, rotate, breath, rotate. Keep your elbows bent. Breath, swing, and put your butt back down. Okay? So, I am telling you, you can get a lot done with just your own body and a chair. Okay? Take a big breath again. I'm going to come wide, and I'm going to act like I'm reaching out for somebody to pull me up. Only I'm going to push into my feet to get me up. So I'm going to go like this, like I'm leading a choir, or I'm reaching, and I'm going to come up, bring my hands right behind my head and my elbows forward, just like that. Bring it back down. And at this point, I'm on my feet. I'm going to push into my heels. I'm going to grab my chair. I'm going to come down and come down. Take a big deep breath. Turn to the side. See this? So here's what's different. When I have you turn to the side, and I'll pull it up here so you can see what I'm doing. When I turn to the side, I stay upright. Okay? I don't go like this. See, I'm not doing that big bend. So I'm right here. We'll do it again and stand up. Let's go to the other side. Bring your hands over to the chair and just pull yourself that way without bending. That's the point. Turn straight on. Here I am, straight on. Okay? I'm going to sweep my hands over here. I'm going to grab the chair, so to speak. Keep my knees forward. Pull myself around, but don't bend down. Don't do this. Stay rib cage up. Then you're going to come back to the middle, and you're going to go to the other side, and you're going to pull down on the chair, but not lean. Don't lean. Breath, breath, breath. Pull yourself around, pull yourself around, pull yourself around. Take a big deep breath. Come back. Here's my hands. I'm going to act like I'm reaching. Okay? My feet are a little tiny bit wider than shoulder. You can be out just a little bit, not much. Tight tummy. But here's the deal. When we reach and put pressure in our abdominal and in our legs, many of you hold your breath, and then you wonder why you get dizzy. Okay? Don't hold your breath. So take a breath right now. Big breath in. Here we go. Reach and exhale and come up. Big breath. Okay. Stay with me. We're going to go back down, but we're not going to sit. So we're going to reach out. We're going to push our butt back. We're going to look at the chair under there. We're going to go into the heels and then just touch and then come back up. Touch, drop your shoulders, come back up. Touch, you're going into your heels. Breath, come back up. Heels, breath, come back up. Heels, breath. Here we go. Exhale, breathe. Exhale, breathe. Exhale, breathe. Reach, breathe. Reach, breathe, and come back. Now, the reason that I want you to reach like this when you're doing this move is because when you're out in this position, you are going against gravity in a very different position. It's still against gravity, but it's not like coming up like this. Because when you're forward, you're just reaching out, possibly putting your hands a little bit down. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time. Stay with me. This is a very good move that if you did this with the warm-up that we did, sitting in the chair, you would help yourself so much to move better. Any day that you get up, just come into this, do that press to the side, press to the side, don't lean out. Then you come forward with your hands, okay? Get your feet properly ready. Many of you have too narrow of a stance when you go to get up. Go just a little wider than shoulder, okay? Especially barefooted or with socks. I have socks on so you can see my feet. Okay, drop your shoulders, lean in. Now reach out. Okay, now tuck your chin. Heels, press, and then come down. Press, come down. Press and reach out, just like somebody was grabbing your hands right there. Press, reach out. Press, reach out. Press, reach out. Go. Go. Just one more. Go. And bring it back down. And bring it back down. That move is taxing you here. Take breaths. But because I'm putting you in this position with your hands, you can soften your elbows to keep your elbows down. But just staying this way for a count of 10, 8, something like that, 6, is helping you to build up your endurance in your shoulders and in your neck, okay? So big deep breath. Now I'm going to do a move that I did to warm us up, sitting in a chair. I'm going to open back. I'm sitting at the end of the chair. I'm going to open back until I feel that I can tighten my tummy in order to get me to come forward, okay? Just this move could help you so much with your stomach core work. And some people will say, I don't care about my stomach. I don't care how it looks. Well, you know what? There's more to care about than how it looks. If you have a stronger stomach, stronger core, the researchers that work on what happens with body motion and movement and what things are affected have shown conclusively that people with a stronger core have better peristalsis, better digestion, okay? So for any other reason, just do this. Sit on the end of the chair, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, open, and right now, see, I'm tightening in order to hang on to my positioning, my body. This is innervated. See, I can punch and see. You can punch and see if you have tightened through the belly button, all through the lower abdomen. Take a breath, keep your chin tucked. And once you're holding it into there, you can rest, but keep this taut. Then you see I'm going to put this leg right here. I'm going to put my ankle on my knee. I'm going to put my hands, we've already worked out this move during the warm-up. And you see my knee is aiming out, kind of like I'm crossing my leg, but I don't. I'm going to take now and I'm going to work from the knee to the ankle, okay? And I'm going to just act like I'm pushing my toe up and forward, out to the side, okay? See, it's opened. So I had a conversation with somebody the other day about groin. If you do this move correctly, so what I just now did was I said rib cage up. I have my shoulders here, but I'm not leaning hard. Okay, this is innervated. I can poke and feel. This knee is out, and I'm feeling it through the groin here. And then when I go to lift the leg off that and do a little kick to the corner, so to speak, whoa, can you feel this right in here? And what you're feeling, if you've got this position correct, with your toe kind of turned out, your tummy should be tight because your back needs to be in extension. So rib cage up and take a breath. And you're kind of like just kind of pressing. See, I'm not saying kick. I'm saying press out to the side. Keep the knee down or open, kind of like you were going to cross your leg. And you just keep going like this. And if you do this even 6 times, wow, will this get your attention right here? Okay, rib cage up again, rib cage up. Drop your shoulder, drop your chin, and you're taking your toe out to the corner, so to speak. See that? I'm going to do 2 more because I can feel this right here, right here. And what you're feeling there is a muscle. It's a long, narrow muscle. It's called the sartorius. That is very responsible for that type of motion, especially leaning out like this. Not up here, but leaning out like you're going to cross your leg. See? Like this. And then out. Got it? Okay, take a breath. Lean in. Remember this move? If those of you who are here with me at the warm-up, yes, when you want to lean forward and rest, this is how you do it. You don't slump down and go like this. You can do that to rest, and then you come right back in, say rib cage up, hip hinge forward, drop your chin, and this is a rest, okay? I want to make sure, I don't know if Kathy's on, but I want to make sure she knows this is resting, see, like this. Very straight from the shoulder down to the hip. Okay, now, if you're following with me, you know we got 1 more leg here, okay? So, let me set up the move. That's very important if you're working from a kitchen chair. So here we go. You might have seen me inching toward the end of the chair. That's number 1. Number 2, you say rib cage up. Number 3, you start to open here. Drop your chin, and you'll go to where your shoulders are on the back of the chair lightly. This is innervated. See, I'm not holding and just leaning into the chair by itself. This is innervated, okay? Now, I had this leg before. Now I'm going to cross this leg. So I'm acting like I'm crossing my leg, but I don't really. Because the minute you put your ankle on your knee, many of you are going to round your back. That's not what you want to do. And yeah, it's weird. It's a little hard. You're not used to it. So do it anyway. Just give it a go, okay? Open at the hip. Bring your back up. Say rib cage up. This knee, see, is pointing out. Now I'm going to put my hands under to kind of hang on to it. Because, in fact, I'm going to move my toe, my foot, from the knee to my ankle out. See that? So take a breath. Don't do this fast. Keep your elbows bent. Keep your legs stable right in this position. See, I'm turning my toe totally out. And so this repeated work right now is done by that long groin muscle that's inserted. Actually, it comes down the side, that's inserted way into your actually into your pubic and pelvic bone area, and it inserts in front of your knee. It's a long muscle. So I have my toe turned out, and when I get to 6 to 8, for sure by 10 or 12 little press outs, wow, am I feeling this in my groin area, okay? So rib cage up, take a breath, kick out just 2 more times. And I don't mean to say kick. I mean to say press it out there, press it out there, okay? Put that leg down, lean in. So you should have felt some big moves right through here, okay? Big breath, big breath. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and stand up. So I'm coming into my hip hinge or my medium squat. This is not a low squat. This is a medium squat. And then I'm going to come up. I'm going to do just a basic open pattern, which is part of the ultimate core move that we've done many times. So we're going to come in here, take a big deep breath, bring those hands in. We already practiced our hinge. Open a hinge, close the hinge. Bring the thumbs up to the top of your head as far as you feel you can. Rest your hands on top of your head if you need to. And then straighten your arms if possible. Some of you cannot. Some of you need to just come right here and rest your thumbs on the top of the head. And then just raise your shoulders up and then come down. Because it's very difficult for you to go ahead and raise your hands up like that. So do what you can with this. Then bring those arms down. Then bring those arms open. Okay? So if you do nothing else, it actually comes from the W position. So you're coming like this, that's a hinge. Then you're coming forward, that's a hinge. Some of us can come all the way in. Some of us can't get those elbows in. Do the best you can. Tighten your tummy. Bring those elbows up, 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 up. And you're going to rest your thumbs together here on the top of your head. You're going to raise your shoulders. Really raise your shoulders. Breath, 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 breath. Bring it back down. Bring it back down. Bring it back down. Bring it back down. Nice. Now we're going to go ahead and do the runner stretch because I'm moving you slowly down into the floor. Those of you who just don't want to get in the floor, you're going to get on your couch or your bed or whatever. Or do it from the chair. That's perfectly fine. So I put one foot to the chair. See that? One foot is back. So it's like a split stance, basically. Here's your chair. I'm going to come down. And at this point, I'm going to go into the back knee. See that? Those of you who have a really hard time with your joints and you cannot take the knee all the way down, don't worry about it. All right? Go down as far as you feel you can, right here, and then come back up. So what I'm trying to get you to do is to stretch through the heel cords and stretch through the foot. And you can do it quite nicely with a wide stance, keeping your shoulders over your wrist and press that heel down. Just press it down. Yeah? Those of you who can, rotate the foot and go all the way down into the floor. If you can't do that, again, don't worry about it. Take a breath. And I'm going to push on the chair and come up. Then I'm going to switch feet. So these are movement patterns. Big ranges of motion. Step back. You're going into the heel. See, I'm putting my heel down. My shoulders are over my wrist. Okay? So you won't get hardly any stretch in your calf if in fact you're back here. That's not the position that you want to be in order to stretch your calf. So you take one leg toward the chair, you keep your shoulders over your wrists, tight tummy, drop your shoulders, and put the back heel down. And really work at putting it down there and holding it down for, 10 counts, 15 counts, something like that. Press, 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 press. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Then we're going to rotate that back knee. And here's where some of you stress. Just rotate it and then come back up and go back into the stretch if you're modifying. If you can rotate it and go right on down, we'll do so. See, I'm going to come right down with the assist of the chair. So I'm going to tighten my tummy. I am not going to hold my breath. The minute I start to put pressure into my toes to stand up with this knee, I'm going to exhale. So take a breath and exhale as you come up and you go into that big stretch in the calf. Rotate, do it one more time, all the way down. Take a big breath and exhale as you push up and push the heel down, okay? So even if you don't go to the floor, even if you just come here and then come back, and you get to where you're pretty smooth and you can hang on to it with all those muscles in your lower body, this is a good thing. Okay, this kind of rotational, get myself down and back up type of motion. Excellent move. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go right on down because I've done both sides and I'm on my knees. So I can either be on my knees on a disc or on a pillow, or I can go straight to the floor, or I can get in my little bed and I can say, okay, Jeannie, I'm going to do all this stuff from the bed because now I know I can because I did the whole thing from the bed, right? So I'm thinking you're able to see me here. Okay? So here I am laying on my side. See that? So I'm going to get to where if I'm in my bed or if I'm on the floor or if I'm sitting on a chair, you can sit on a chair and do what I'm going to do here, and I'll show you how to do it. Go ahead and sit yourself on a chair if you're not going to get on the floor, and I'll show you in just a minute. But you see this? I'm going to bring this knee up, and I'm going to go this way with it. Okay? I'm maintaining what? I'm maintaining neutral spine from my ear to my hip. Okay? My shoulder is in. Let's say I can't lean on my shoulder. Fine. Either do it in the chair or put your little pillow or your hands right here and just lean into your hands like this so that you don't put pressure on that. Got it? Because you're going to bring your knee up and reach. See that? But my back is not bending. These are big motions, big movements. The best way to do them is right here on the floor. Okay? Number one, you're not going to fall very far. Debbie likes that as a joke. If Debbie's ever looking on this one. That's my line. When you're on the floor, you're not going to fall very far. That's why I like doing a lot of moves from the floor. Okay, so here I am. Knee comes first. Okay, don't miss this. Watch your shoulder. If you're leaning in here to strengthen your shoulder girdle, don't let it jaunt up here like this. Push it in. If you're not going to use it, just lay yourself down, but your knee still comes up first. Don't bend your back. Now reach. See that? See that big reach? Yeah, you keep your knee bent first. Then you bring it back and bring it down. Okay, stay in here. Ready? I'm going to push on my hand. Push on my hand here. I'm going to be on my feet, my knee, and my hand here. See that? My elbow. See? Then I'm going to hold. Then I'm going to come back down. Then I'm going to bring the knee in, like we just practiced, and then I'm going to reach out. So this takes a lot of structures working correctly in order to do that kind of a big, wide open motion, okay? All through your core, all through your lower body, and you're holding everything here on the side with a shoulder. Or not, you can be laying down. Take a big breath. Here we go. I'm going to push, I'm going to tighten, and I'm going to push my hip up off the floor. Now, there are those of you out there who have good intact hip joints. Okay, when you come up and you want to go straight out with it, and you want to come up like this and go up from your ankles, that's the second move. But many of us shouldn't really do that yet, especially if you have replaced hips and or knees. You want to do this as a core work, but you don't want to overdo, okay? So it's a raising up, and then it's that big movement pattern that we just did. I'm going to bring my knees in, and I'm going to come to neutral, because I'm going to go to the other side, okay? So I know you're enjoying this. Stay with it. Just give it a go, okay? All right, here we go. See, I'm going to go to the side, and what am I going to do? I'm going to put pressure right here. I have to keep my shoulder down, and if I need to rest, I'll just tuck it under and rest and do the whole thing in a laying down position. Okie dokie. You can do it in the bed. I'm going to show you how you do it sitting down on a chair. So I'm going to get you started. So first of all, we're going to do the big move. So that means the top leg is going to come in as far as we can. Remember, we practiced this, right? We practiced it in the chair in the warm-up. So, and in the first very few seconds of class or minutes of class. Now, once my knee is up here, then I'm going to sneak it out there. And I'm going to keep my toe in a dorsiflexion position, not pointing, opposite of pointing. So you're going to innervate that front leg muscle. This has everything to do with how your ankle, how your calf, how your foot works. This move, because I'm in dorsiflexion, I can feel that tibialis anterior. It's way up there. Then I'm going to bring that knee in, hold it right in here, keep my shoulder down. Stay with me, tighten in, put my hand down, push my hip up as if I'm going to get up. But I don't get up, I hold it. So this is a side bridge. And again, those of you who want to, you have one elbow, your hands out, and you have your knee and your feet down. If you can go from your ankles, God bless you, do it. But if not, you stay like this, you come back down. I'm only going to do like 3 of these, okay? Correct your shoulder. If it's getting tired, then fold it under and rest, and do the rest with just putting your hands on your head. Okay, you ready for the side bridge? Here I go. Keep my shoulder down, take a breath, exhale, lift, hold, breath, 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 breath. Come down, come down, come down. Bring the top leg up. Okay, watch your shoulder. If you're too tired, just tuck your head under, put it on your hands, and then reach that leg out. It's a big wide motion, dorsiflexion, lots of big stretches going on. Lots. Hang on there, take a big breath, say rib cage up, bring it back in, tuck it right there, hand here, take a breath. Exhale, lift the hip up, side bridging. You can either point here or use your hand. Stay up there, stay up there, stay up there, stay up there, stay up there. Hold on, because I'm going to show you how to do this sitting in a chair. Okay? You're going to just rotate like this. Bring your leg, reach it out. So you can do all of this sitting in a chair. Rotate, bring the knee up, reach it out. Just keep your spine extended. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that in case you hadn't figured it out. Most of you have figured it out. Okay, come in. I can hear Kathy yelling at me right now. She's probably down already. Okay. Kathy is my mutiny leader. I've done enough. Okay, one last time. Are you ready? So here we go. We're right here. We're going to bring the knee in, bring it out, hold, 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 breath, bring it in, push the hand down, lift, exhale, hold. This is our last one here. Breath, 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 come down, come down, come down. Nice. Now just roll right back right here, okay? So my toes are straight, but they're in dorsiflexion because my knees are bent. See that? This is a very easy one to do sitting in a chair or in a bed. All right, so I'm right here. See that? I'm going to take one leg down. I'm going to hang on to this leg, okay? Here's where we're going to do this at two different levels. We're going to do it here, and then we're going to lay down and do it, okay? So I'm going to hang on to my leg here. We've already done that move. So when you do put your hands under your knee, you're going to drop your shoulders. Got it? And you're going to say rib cage up. See, I'm opening. So here I go. I'm going to tighten, contract my quad. I'm going to really tighten my stomach, and then you're going to lift. See that? I'm going to push down on my heel. I'm hanging on here, and I'm going to pull, lift. Just pull it straight up. So you're really working right through here, okay? And you're lifting. Do not round your back here. And if you'll notice, I don't go very far up, okay? Press. I've just come up a little bit. Now, those of you who might have whatever going on in a back or with your knee or anything, if you need to, bend your knee just a little bit and then bring it up. Oh my goodness, you're going to see how much easier it is. So when you have a straight leg here and you're asking your whole quad and your core to support that move, it's a big move. Take a breath. If you need to, bend the knee, lean back, then lift. That's okay. And then little by little, you'll go straight with it. See that? Little by little, you go straight with it until you can do maybe 6 lifts with it pretty straight. But that means your back has to be very extended. Okay, very extended here. Don't round your back. Take a breath. Take a breath. Just one more. Okay, bring it in. Bend this knee up. Big breath. Yeah? So I'm having you hang on to your thigh here. See, putting my hands under there, and then I can open. And I say rib cage up. And those of you who want to try it with a knee bent first, that's fine, because this is the hardest level. Okay, so be careful. So it's a bent knee. Those of you with back issues, anybody that has a delicate back. Number 1, lean back just a little. Innervate your tummy. That means pull that tummy in. Drop your shoulders. Bend your knee and come up like this. Much better. This is very doable. It's not as nearly as difficult, okay? But little by little, you can straighten that leg out, and you're going to feel more and more and more contraction right here. Take a breath. Say rib cage up. Take a breath. Rib cage up. Take a breath. Rib cage up. Yeah, just 2 more. Just 2 more. Here we go. Rib cage up. Breath. Pretty straight. Unless you have a delicate back. Keep that back. Keep the knee bent. Okay? And then come back in. Wasn't that fun? I know you loved it. Okay, this move we're going to do a little differently, but we're going to do it laying down. But we're going to put an interset in. Okay, are you ready? So here I am, I'm going to roll over. This is where I say roll over and bark. Like my dogs. They're sleeping. They're not doing any of this craziness. Okay, are you ready? So I'm right down here, and I'm on my elbows, right? Okay? See how my toes, I have them pulled under? See that? Yeah, I'm stretching underneath my feet. So anybody with plantar fasciitis, this is a real good way to stretch from your toes all the way through the bottom of your foot into your heel. But you need to keep your shoulders down, chin tucked, and you're pushing into your elbows here, okay? And your toes are curled under. Now, all I want you to do right now is contract your quads. Okay, before you do that, squeeze your butt. Squeeze your butt, contract your quads, and just hold them, the knees off the ground, and then let them just fall right into the ground. Okay, you ready? Squeeze your butt. Okay, push on your toes and lift your knees off the ground. See that? So I'm in my elbows. I'm holding a straight, contracted knee. I'm pushing my knee up. Then I'm going to let them sink to the ground. Okay? Take a big breath. Now, totally let go of the rear end of everything. Roll your ankles. Roll your ankles. And those of you with shoulder issues, I hope you've already come down and laid your cheek on one side for half of this move, and then you turn and lay your cheek on the other side for half of this move, and you're going to feel your neck stretching. It's excellent work for your neck if you keep your chin tucked. And you're on your side, on your ear, you're rolling, 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 rolling. Then you turn your head and you try to put your ear down on your hands. And you're rolling, 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 rolling. Breath, 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 breath. Now your forehead's going to go right into your hands. And you're going to do, again, that same move. We're going to squeeze the butt, curl your toes under, and straighten the leg. Totally get your knee off the ground. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, and then let it sink the knees right down, right down, right down, right down. Now we're going to do one at a time, okay? Stay with me. This is a lot of core and pelvic floor and pelvic work, all right? So tightening your tummy, keep your head down. You're going to do one leg at a time. We're going to straighten it just like we did, but now we're going to, in fact, lift the heel. See, lift the whole leg, leading with the heel. So take a breath, tight tummy, forehead down, tight tummy, leg goes straight, then you lift, and you hold, and you do little tiny, tiny pulses. Bring it up, stay with me, bring it up, keep your forehead down, bring it up, bring it up. Just two more. Breath, one more, and down. Okay, roll the ankles, roll the ankles, roll the ankles, roll the ankles. Okay? Forehead on the hands. Stay with me. Okay, are you ready? Forehead's on the hands. You're going to tighten your tummy. You're going to put your toes under there. Straighten the leg. So that means bring the knee up, contracting. Now tightening your tummy. Lift the whole leg from the heel up. Lift. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Keep your foot in dorsiflexion. So this is all the hamstring, gluteal, all the way down. And we're countering the move that we did just a while ago with the quads. 2 more. Hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. Okay, release, roll, 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 roll. Nice. Okay, we have one more move in this section. Okay, stay with me, guys. You can be doing all this in your bed if you want to, or you can be standing against a wall and doing it against a wall. Okay, one leg up, just like that. See that? Then I'm going to just lift. I'm going to bring the other leg, tighten your tummy. I'm going to rotate, lift. So this is a combination of a move stretch. All right, so drop your shoulders, tighten the butt, lift, rotate, lift. So this is like you're trying to put the bottom of your foot up on the ceiling. Okay, so keep your chin tucked. Rotate, lift. Rotate, lift. Rotate, lift. Rotate, lift. Rotate, lift. So this is actually a really good addition for people that are trying to get stronger in their hips, their gluteals, and their lower back. Okay, here I am, just like this, like I was going to get up, but I'm not. I'm going to rotate again, and I'm going to give you choices. You can put your feet in a chair, or you can put your feet down on the floor, or you could put your feet on a lower chair, a couch. A couch is almost perfect. See this? See? Right here? I might bother my dog, Mac, but he's okay with that. So I can be here. Okay, you get the idea. Choose which position you want, or you can change it up. But here's the deal. When you put your feet up, it is going to be a harder move. This next move you can do, it's so beneficial. I wish I could have everybody sign a little promise card that says, I promise I'm going to do those back bridges or hip lifts 30 times every day. I wish I could get everybody to sign a card that said that. Because if you have hamstring issues, if you have knee issues, if you have hip issues, I'm telling you, do whatever you have to, listen to a podcast, listen to a program, whatever, but be mindful of what you're doing. So I'm on the floor. I'm going to squeeze my butt. I'm going to tighten my belly button, and I'm going to start lifting. And I'm going to go all the way to the top. And I can bring my hands up. I can bring my hands over the head and let them just rest. I can bring them down a little bit. And as I come down, I'm going to stay. I'm going to release totally. Then I'm going to tighten the butt. Then I'm going to tighten the tummy. Then I'm going to push on the heels. And I'm going to lift into that hip lift position. Okay? Right up there. And then I'm going to roll back down and release everything. Okay? So try a few from the floor. So squeeze the butt. Now, right now, put your hands right here, and you should feel a tightness along right at your hip bones, right into the middle of your abdominal area. Keep it tight. Come all the way up. Then rotate down, rotate down, rotate down, rotate down, and release everything. Okay? And if you're working on your range of motion with your hands, this is a perfect time to do it. Okay? And you can do it real slow or just find one position and hold. Now, if you go into your chair, which is what I'm going to do right now, see, I'm going to bring my heels right here. It's going to be a harder lift. So I'm going to tighten in. Then don't miss this. Tighten in. And then start to lift, 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 lift. You're going to see that it's much harder. And then come back down. Go a little lower. Do whatever you have to do just a little bit harder, okay? Come up just a little bit, rotate, 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 lift, come back down. Take a breath. Here we go, rotate, tighten the tummy, tighten the butt, start to lift, 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 then come down, 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 down. Take a breath. Here we go. Again, very important move. Do your arms in different positions. Keep your chin tucked. Tighten in the tummy. Tighten in the butt. Lift, 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 lift. And then come down, 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 down. And you want to try to get to where you can do 30 on the floor first, and then start to put 2 or 3 on a chair. See how I'm lifting? And it's going to be harder. And then do 2 or 3, and then just put your feet on the floor. And if you're like, put them in the chair, and you're like, wow, that is much harder, then put them in the floor. Do 1 or 2, 3 or 4. Then come down here. Go up, come back down. So again, tighten in the gluteals, tighten the tummy, lift, 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 hold, 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 drop down like a wave, 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 all the way down. And then you finish the set. Take a breath, and then you come back down. So even if you've hurt an ankle, you've hurt a foot, you can help yourself out by being very aggressive with doing the move, okay? I don't mean by doing it hard. I just mean just determine that you're going to get better at these hip lifts. These are a very important core, back, leg strengthening maneuver. But before you lift, after you've tightened in your gluteal, you got to tighten in your belly button. Just try to pull your belly button in, and you'll get it, okay? And then come back down. Don't let it go. After you get down, you let it go. Take a breath. Here we go. Tighten, tighten, lift, 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 lift. Come as high as you can, then come down, 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 down. And then if you want to do 1 or 2 more hard ones, put your feet back in the chair or back in the on a bench or on a couch, on like that, and then take a breath, tighten, tighten. So tighten your butt, tighten your tummy, lift, 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 then come down, 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 okay? 1 more, here we go, rotate, here we go, lift, 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 and then down, 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 down. Take a big breath. Okay, bring the knee in, bring that leg up, and you're going to go point flex again. So we're laying flat down. We can be on our bed. We can be on the floor. We can be in a chair. Bring that knee to the shoulder. Bring it down. So here we go. Knee to the shoulder. Bring it up. Bring it up. Let this stretch. Keep your knee over your belly button. So if you want to make your leg go straighter, don't do it by doing this, because this tightness is addressed by having your knee over your abdominal area. And then you go up from there, okay? Stop if this is all you can do. Just let it hang out there for a bit, okay? Now then, put your knees just like this, feet on the floor, hands out. Put your palms up, bring your elbows into your side. Let one leg fall to the side, okay? One leg fall to the side. Do not lift your hips hardly. Try to keep your hips both sides on the floor. So you don't roll right now. Keep your hip on the floor. Let this just fall out there the best as you can. So this is my hip replace side, so I'm careful not to go too far. Then I let the other side Just go out there. Just let it go out there. Keep your hip on the floor. Don't roll. Okay? Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. And I'm going to rotate. I'm going to go hands and knees. I can either use my chair or dig my toes in, push into my feet, come into a steady state right here. Just orient a little bit, take breaths, and I'm going to be up and ready to go. Good job. Good job, good job, good job.